Hi my lovelies, so today you are going to be seeing the first two shops of the monthly shopping cycle, and after that I thought we would have a little chat about things that you won't compromise on even when you're on a budget or on a budgeting journey or trying to be frugal. So that will be coming up after the two lots of shopping. So I will see you there shortly. Hi my lovelies, so this is the first shop of a new month for me, and I have done something differently. I have not bought my £100 gift card via Top Cashback, where I got £2 cashback on a £100 gift card. This is just an experiment for this month because I'm doing myself out of £2 by doing this. However, I would have mentioned in probably last week's food shopping video that I kind of feel that I'm spending the £100 in Sainsburys, but now that my local Aldi's has reopened, I'm also going to Aldi and buying things, and that's not coming out of that £100 shopping budget. So I'm just dipping into other money to pay for the Aldi shop. So I'm just, this month I have transferred £100 into an account that I don't use on a regular basis, or don't use at all actually, and I'm shopping from there. So I really wasn't going to go shopping today, but I've been to my daughter's, and you know what that means. I have to walk past Sainsbury's, and obviously I don't want to get stuff that's too heavy. I did get the water though, but that was in a bag on its own. And of course I did have to look at the reductions. So there are quite a few things on my list, but a lot of them are store cupboard things, which I think will be cheaper at Aldi's. So I'm going to get them from there. But I knew that I wanted to get my Thai green curry paste from Sainsbury's, and that was on a nectar price. So instead of £1.20, it was £1. So yeah, of course that is a branded item, but I've used that particular Thai green curry paste for a long time, and I've tried others. I personally prefer this. So yeah, that's what I'm going to be using. So I know it's branded, but honestly I don't feel that I buy that much branded stuff. It's usually Sainsbury's own brand, if anything. The coconut milk was price matched to Aldi at 79p. So because that was near the Thai green curry paste and I noticed it was Aldi price matched, I thought, well, I might as well get that in here. So I did. And then the other bits I've picked up, as you can see, are yellow sticker bargains. So I'm planning on, I like to have asparagus when I have salmon. And because I've still got salmon fillets to use up in the freezer, as soon as I saw the reduced priced asparagus, because it is so expensive, I did pick that up. So yeah, usually we'll only ever eat that when I'm having salmon, and if I can get it reduced, then great. I'm not going to pay £1.99 really. It's a lot of money, isn't it, for a vegetable? Especially when I've still got 1/8p broccoli head in the fridge. We've got some extra lean diced beef, and you can see that that was £1.69 instead of £3.50. And picked up a chicken, which is fabulous, because I always like to get a joint in the freezer for a future roast dinner, or for just cooking, taking apart and using for other things. And you can see £5.25 reduced to £2.69. So, and the water was £2. There was another one which I know was going to be cheaper, but it had no price on it, and it's with the flippy lids, which I can't stand, because when you open them for the first time you get water everywhere, which drives me nuts. And these were £2 on a nectar price, and I just have a bottle of water I like to keep one by the bed. I have a tablet that I have to take before sleep, so I always have water next to the bed, and also for when I wake up in the night and need a drink. So that's what I keep that for. Well, that's why I buy bottles of water, because again, it might be deemed as a luxury. But I've managed on my shopping budget so far, haven't I? At the end of the day, there might be some treats, there might be some branded items, and of course, since I've been on YouTube, I have gone over, but 1 month it was only by £5.98, which was really good. Yeah, it was a bit more last month, but we won't go into that at the moment. Yeah, we've still got to do all our end of month stuff yet. When I can sit down and sort all the figures out, that will be an upcoming video for you soon. So yeah, that is today's Sainsbury's shop. Really pleased with my yellow sticker bargains, and I'll see you with the next lot of shopping, which will be Aldi. Well, we are back from Aldi. This is the shopping, and I'm shook, as they say these days. I'm shook at the price of what this little lot came to. Now, I think I mentioned last week that I was really low on quite a few things, or out of a few things. When I bought the aluminium foil in Sainsbury's, one of you very kindly commented that Home Bargains foil is pretty good at £1.50. Quite a trek for me to Home Bargains, but when I am there next, I will definitely buy some. So thank you for your recommendation. They are always appreciated. Now, store cupboard bits. The store cupboard is empty. I was low on Pepsi. I was out of kitchen roll. I was out of shower spray. And I do spray the shower every time I get out of it, because, you know, it's not my house, so I like to keep on top of it. Of course, it's rented, as you know. I'd mentioned previously, I think I had pork or chicken for dinner one day a little while ago, and I didn't have any stuffing, and I was really annoyed because I usually keep things like that always in the cupboard, and I hadn't. So we needed stuffing. Because the coffee pods are such a good price, I got 2 rather than 1. Pepsi was on offer, so hence the 2. Cooking oil I was out of. This is sunflower. I think I usually buy vegetable oil in Sainsbury's. Dishwasher salt I was out of. Gravy granules I'm really low on. I've got the tiniest bit of cheese left, and I used the last of the Stilton in my broccoli and Stilton soup. So yeah, quite a few bits there. And this came to £35.41. Now, I looked at that in my trolley. It looked like nothing, and I thought about 25 quid. So, to be honest with you, I am very, very surprised that it came to that much money. I've mentioned before, when I got this spreadable, I got 2 just purely because I was there. I'm perfectly fine with this one. I like the Anchor spreadable. I've tried Sainsbury's own spreadable, which was disgusting. I didn't like it at all. Oh, I was also out of black peppercorns. So yeah, so that's where we stand with that. Got another coconut milk because it is cheaper in Aldi than it is in Sainsbury's. I've got baked beans, you can see, red kidney beans, and again another tip from one of my viewers: buying the plum tomatoes and breaking them up, as opposed to buying chopped tomatoes where you've got more ends in them. So that was another good tip there. So I'm learning so much from you guys as well, which is fabulous, and appreciate every comment, as you know. So let's just go through our pricing, just in case you're interested. The kitchen roll was £1.49. Then we have dishwasher salt at £1.65. Sainsbury's is £1.50 the box, so it is cheaper, but there's probably not as much in it, to be honest. The peppercorns are £1.45. Sunflower oil 1.99. I'm sure I pay that in Sainsbury's for vegetable. Then the spreadable is £2.09. Shower spray 89p. Tuna 2.49, which again I think is the same price as Sainsbury's. Pepsi Max was 1.99 or 2 for 3.50. The coffee pods, as you know, bought them quite a few times now over the last few weeks. £1.35 each, really great price. The mature cheese, £2.79, so that's definitely cheaper at Aldi. Red kidney beans, 37, definitely cheaper. Tomatoes, 49. The milk, 1.99, which you know I've bought that many times over the last few weeks. Finally picked up some red lentils, found them this time, so that was good. 99p, had to be there somewhere, didn't they? Premium baked beans, 41. Stilton, 2.75. I would think that's pretty similar to Sainsbury's. Ham, 99. So that's quite a good price, but yeah, I've only got 5 slices, but we don't need more than that. Stuffing was 45. Gravy granules, £1.09. Chilli sauce, 99p. And coconut milk, 79. I should have noticed that before I left the shop. The shelf edge label said 40 something, and that's why I bought it, because Sainsbury's is 79 and I bought one the other day and I only picked that up because I thought it was 40 something p. So never mind, it'll go in the cupboard. So yeah, that's pretty much it. So with what I spent the other day in Sainsbury's and what I've spent today, we're already, you know, I can't even remember what I spent the other day, but we're about halfway through the budget on week 1. But there are lots of things there that won't need to be bought for either quite some time or not at all for the next month. So, yep, so that's today's shopping haul for £35.41. Let me know if you think that looks like a lot of money for what I've got there. Right, my lovelies, so let's have a little chat and a little catch up. So today I wanted to talk about products that you won't compromise on. For you, it may be that there aren't any. For me, I definitely have some, and I wanted to just have a little chat about those things because I'd love your opinions on it. I would love to know if there are products that you won't compromise on when you're doing your shopping, grocery or, you know, food shopping or other shopping of other things that we need around the house. So I've just been giving it some thought and I wanted to start, I'm not going to walk out there, but I'm going to start with the downstairs toilet. So pretty much the upstairs bathroom will be the same as the downstairs toilet. So the things that I can think about in there, for example, I've got Sainsbury's own brand bleach, I have got Sainsbury's toilet roll, and I have got Sainsbury's air freshener in the downstairs toilet. So nothing in there is branded. When I think about the cupboard over behind me down there, that cupboard I keep my cooking oil, which is always a supermarket own brand. You'll see from the shopping, I actually bought an Aldi cooking oil. Also in that cupboard, I keep my crisps. And there we have the first product that I will not compromise on. Now, if you've watched previous videos of mine, you will know that this 6-pack of crisps was bought for me by my daughter because she knows these are my favourite and these are the ones that I would be buying for myself. So, yeah, Walker's Ready Salted. Ready Salted is my favourite, followed by cheese and onion. Salt and vinegar at a push, I would have to really fancy them. But if I'm buying crisps, then this is what I would always buy. So that's item number 1 that I won't compromise on. Then let's go on to item number 2. So let's talk about kind of bread and bready products. So number 2 item that I won't compromise on is Hovis thick sliced bread. I always buy thick. I've bought thick for the last few years. And what I like with the Hovis, their slogan is soft to the last slice. And I do believe that and think that is pretty much the case. Now, come summer, warmer temperatures, I try and keep my bread in the fridge. I do prefer to keep it in the freezer full stop, but I don't always have the room. And I've got an integrated fridge freezer. And as you know, even with those sort of 3 drawers, the bottom drawer is just like a half a drawer, isn't it? But, you know, I struggle for space in that. And I've got that little overflow freezer outside, again, as you know, which was gifted to me. But yeah, I like to keep bread in the freezer if at all possible. But if I can't, that is why I like that one, because I do feel that that is soft to the last slice. So that's 2 items now that I don't compromise on. But also another bread item that you'll see me frequently buy is bagels, and I'm more than happy to buy supermarket own brand. Again, it's quite a big price difference there with Warburton's, for example. And when my daughter bought me those crisps, she did actually buy me some Warburton's thin bagels, which I really like. And I love the fact that because they're thin, it's less calories, and you don't really notice when you're eating it that the bagel is smaller than one from Sainsbury's that you cut yourself, but you're saving quite a few calories. So I would like to buy those permanently, but it's not a change that I will be making just due to that price difference there. So then in front of me in the cupboard that I've got open and I've got you propped up in, sort of going to go through the cupboard. I'm not going to show you everything that's unbranded because that would take too long. So I'm just really going to focus on the things that I won't compromise on. And if I need both hands, which I'm probably going to at some time soon, let's hope we don't forget how many. We're on number 2. We've got 2 items. Oh, just thought of a third, but it's not something I won't compromise on, and that is bottled water over in that cupboard behind me. I've got Buxton at the moment. I like a screw top on a water bottle. I keep a bottle next to the bed, and I find the flip top ones, when you open it for the first time, I just end up getting water everywhere and it drives me nuts. So I've got Buxton, which were on a Nectar price, and also the Sainsburys with the flip top. When I bought those, there was no price anywhere. So if there had been a substantial difference, I would have gone with the flip top, but there was no price. So I got the Buxton on the Nectar. Okay, so in front of me, I've got tin stuff. I've got tomatoes, kidney beans, coconut milk. It's all own brand. I've got tuna. I've just seen a branded item there, so let's grab that one to show you. Doesn't get used very much, but sometimes I have a little bit in a coffee as a flavoured kind of syrup, just a dash of that. So Clark's original maple syrup. I don't think Sainsbury's do their own maple syrup, do they? I'm not sure. And then coming along, it's not, again, something that I feel I need to have branded, because I'm more than happy with the Aldi ones, which I've also got in there. I always look for the cheapest coffee pods, and if they've got branded on a good Nectar price, and that's what these were when I picked them up, they were the cheapest ones, the Costa. But it's not something that I won't compromise on. So you guys know that I pick up the Aldi ones and I really like them. Now, what are we on? 3. So this will be item number 4 that I won't compromise on. Now, this is not my regular tea bag. Oh, number 4. Let's do 4 fingers before I forget. I've mentioned before, always hearing things, that I have got an underactive thyroid. When I was diagnosed and put on levothyroxine or whatever it is, you can't have caffeine. for 30 minutes after you've taken your tablet. Now, my morning routine is once I come downstairs, I put the kettle on to make a cup of tea and I take my tablet with water. And I want a cup of tea straight away. So decaf tea bags, I tried lots to begin with. I really didn't like any of them, so I was waiting over half an hour for a cup of tea in the morning. Then I went on holiday with a friend of mine and she bought her own tea bags and a travel kettle. And she bought Tetley's decaffeinated tea bags. Made me a cup of tea with them and I thought, oh, I really like those. I can live with that. So I do try and get them, of course, on an offer or a nectar price when I need them. So when I start getting low is when I start to keep an eye on pricing for these. So I wouldn't pay full price for them, but I do buy branded, and that is something that I won't compromise on. So that is number 4. And I do sometimes, very rarely have tea in the evening, but if I do want a cup of tea in the evening, then I will have a decaf if it's getting close to bedtime. But you guys will have seen Sainsbury's Red Label. I'm a Sainsbury's Red Label girl. So we're on number 4. Then above me, we've got things like stock cubes, all own branded, gravy granules, own supermarket's own brand, all my pasta, supermarket own brand. And then I've got something here which isn't supermarket own brand, and that is the Jacob's Mediterranean crackers. Now, when it comes to cheese and crackers, I am more than happy to buy Sainsbury's cream crackers. The price between Jacob's and Sainsbury's is crazy. I think Sainsbury's are like 48p and Jacob's are nearly £2. It's a mental difference in price. And I know I've mentioned it on here before. But with these ones, what I like about them is the fact that they come in individual packs of 4. So if I do fancy cheese and crackers, I've never got to worry about them going soft or having the packet open for ages, which would of course be false economy if you've got to throw something in the bin. So I'm guessing that's item number 5. Okay, then top shelf, I've got own brand Marmite. And next to that, we have got another branded item. So item number 6 that I will never compromise on. Oh, it's so simple, syrup flavour by Quaker. I did once try Aldi quite a few years ago and I didn't like them at all. And that's made me stick with these. Don't have them very often. The box will last me a long, long time. I don't eat breakfast, which is criminal for somebody who is overweight, struggles with their weight, because I'm already losing all of those calories every day by not eating breakfast. But sometimes I have this in the evening. If I've got nothing sweet in and I fancy something sweet and there's no chocolate or biscuits or whatever, then yeah, I will have a bowl of porridge. So what are we on now? That's item number 6, right? Okay. And then everything else up there is supermarket own brand. So we're on item number 6. So 6 things that I purchase that I will not compromise on. Right, item number 7, I've just thought, is Pepsi Max. Item number 7. Always buy Pepsi Max. Sometimes throughout the day, I'm sick of tea and coffee and I have a glass usually with my dinner, and in the early evening, I have a glass of Pepsi Max. So that's item number 7. I have tried supermarket own brand colas. Yeah, that's the one for me. I don't like Coca-Cola. I don't like the other Pepsi. It's the Pepsi Max is the one that I prefer. And again, it's usually either on a nectar price or it's on a 2 for, I think this was 2 for £3.50 in Aldi, as you will have just seen on the shopping. But yeah, Pepsi Max. So we're on 7 items now. Okay, so I'm just checking through, making sure that I'm not missing anything. So we've got things like baking powder. We have got things like Spices, all supermarket own brand. I've got flour up there for baking, all supermarket own brand. Sugar, supermarket own brand. Okay, so yeah, that's pretty much it. So let's think about the fridge. All my cheeses, apart from Philadelphia, are at the moment supermarket own brand. I bought cheddar from Aldi, which you would have seen. More than happy to compromise on that. Normally, if I'm in Sainsburys, I do look at what's on Nectar Price, and we'll end up with Cathedral City or Davidstow or whatever it is. But I have Aldi own brand at the moment. I think I'm going to stick with that for £2.47. It's the same colour packaging as Cathedral City, so it's obviously meant to be a dupe of that. But Philadelphia, item number 8, I will not compromise on the soft cheese. Supermarket own brand, Brie and Stilton and cheddar, fine. Philadelphia, I've tried swapping out. I bought an own brand not that long ago. It's much, much softer, and you get quite a lot of the watery stuff on the top, which I'm not a fan of. So Philadelphia is a little bit thicker in its consistency, and I prefer that. So Philadelphia, as you guys know, I've normally bought Anchor spreadable, but it's not something that I won't compromise on, because I bought 2 tubs of the Aldi dupe of that, and I'm more than happy with that. So again, we're talking about things here that I won't compromise on. So yeah, what else might there be in the fridge? Milk, you guys know that I have to compromise if they don't have it, but I won't compromise on organic unless they haven't got any. So I would rather go up and pay extra for Yeo Valley than have milk that's not organic. Personal preference, personal opinion. I could be wrong, and if I am, by all means let me know. My personal thinking is that cows are pumped full of hormones to keep them producing 24/7, I believe. So I'm not saying this is right, I'm just saying this is my own belief system. I don't know where I got this from, but obviously I've heard it at some point way back, because I've been buying organic milk for donkey's years. Have you noticed? I always say donkey's years. So yeah, I believe they're pumped full of hormones. I personally wonder if that's why puberty is taking place earlier with girls, and I also wonder if that is why menopause is coming earlier for women. I was 46 when I started my menopause, and I was shocked, because I kind of grew up always thinking this was something that only happened to women in their 50s and beyond. But I was 46, and I think that's quite young. And it was over and done within 2 years. So by 48, Bush finished. Yeah. By 48, we were growing a tash. No, we weren't. But, you know, it can happen. I've had the odd hair on the chin, I have to say. Not by the hair on my chinny chin chin, because the tweezers have been out immediately, trust me. But yeah, I was getting that. I did have one repeatedly coming up. I've not had that for a few years now, which is quite strange. Okay, so yeah, so we're on 9 now. So we're including organic milk, but I will... You know, if they haven't got any of the supermarket own brand organic, and they haven't got Yeo Valley, then I just have to buy normal semi-skimmed. So yeah, so that's 9 items there. And then if I think about this cupboard over here, I can see item number 10. Bear with. Fairy washing up liquid. I cannot tell you when this was bought. I've had it so long. I have got a dishwasher, perfectly happy, and do purchase supermarket and Aldi own brand dishwasher tablets. I'd love to go down the non-toxic route with things, and you guys might remember that a couple of months ago I did that Smol, S-M-O-L. I did the Smol thing, and then cancelled the subscription, but I got quite a few things for free, including laundry tablets, hand wash, and dishwasher tablets. I would love to go down that route. And I mean, it is so annoying that, you know, it's expensive to go non-toxic. It's expensive to go organic. And I just think that's really, really sad, because most of us, you know, we work. Some people are on 2 incomes and still having to budget and still struggling because, you know, like rent is horrific if you're renting, and, you know, it's just really hard for people to be able to afford this stuff, isn't it? And it does seem really unfair, but it is what it is, I guess. But yeah, I like the Fairy. I think it just goes without saying. If they didn't have it, I would buy supermarket own brand, but if I've got a choice, I would buy Fairy. So yeah, but like I said, I don't think you've ever seen me buy this. I've had this for a long, long time. So because I've got a dishwasher, I'm not constantly washing up. So yeah, sometimes there are things that I will wash by hand, but mainly it's a bowl of hot soapy water to wash the worktops down after I've been cooking or preparing food. So yeah, that's item number 10. Kitchen roll. I would say I never used to compromise because I would always buy Regina or Blitz, but I bought the Aldi one, as you'll see previously. More than happy with that. It looks just like the Regina, and it's the big roll. So yeah, it comes in a one on its own, but that will last me a really long time. I used to get the 4-pack of Regina, and yeah, it lasts me months and months and months on end. So more than happy with that. And then looking at that cupboard under the sink, we've got supermarket own brand laundry liquid, fabric conditioner, all of my kitchen sprays pretty much, except a couple of things I can see that are branded. So we're going to be going up now to about 13. Sephora, so that makes 11. Don't use it very often, but when it comes to spring cleaning, I'll buy a bottle, because I will wash down paintwork, tiles, everything like that with Sephora water. So it's only really bought once a year, but Sephora is number 11. And then the other 2 products that are going to bring me up to 13, if I can grab. Are these 2. So if you've ever followed Mrs. Hinch on Instagram, the reason that I buy these on repeat is because of her. The pink stuff, for me, you can get this in a tub as well, but what I find with the tub, if you don't use it all the time, it can go really dry and crack, and that's like a thick cream. But this is a runny cream, so it reminds me of Jif that your mum might have used back in the day for cleaning the bath and that kind of thing. And it's called the Miracle Cream Cleaner. I usually pick it up in Savers rather than the supermarket because it's cheaper. I clean my stainless steel sink with this, and I clean my oven with it, and anything else that's got any stubborn marks on it. Yeah, I think this is great, and I'm never without it. So pink stuff would be number 12, and Mrs. Hinch calls this Elvis, and I've just adopted that over the years. Elbow grease, all-purpose degreaser. So yeah, it does what it says on the tin. It is a degreaser. Lasts me for absolutely ages. But the other thing that I do with this is I spray it on clothes that have got stains on them. So if I happen to drop some dinner down myself, and it's curry or spag bowl or something like that, I spray my t-shirt or whatever it is with this and leave it for about 10 minutes before I put the washing on with that t-shirt in it. So yeah, that's super handy. And when my kids have had babies, if anything's been stained with breastfed baby, you know what, they've given me the blanket or the outfit or whatever. Oh, Mum, can't get the stains out of that. Out comes Elvis. We give it a spray and we leave it for a bit, and then we wash it, and yeah, maybe repeat that. But yeah, I find that's always been really good on stains for me. So I use it more for stains than I probably do anywhere in the kitchen. I think because I've now got that induction hob, it's really easy to clean that. But I think when I had a gas hob before I moved in here, I would probably use more of this on that gas hob. But of course you can also use that on your hob as well. But yeah, it's kind of like a double purpose thing. Yeah, you can use it in the bathroom, on clothing, pretty much everywhere. And again, I will always get this from Savers. Lots of supermarkets I think do stock that now. But yeah, that's about it really. So I think we've got 13 items that I won't compromise on. There is one other, but I never buy it. But when it comes to Crunchy Nut cornflakes, I would only ever buy Kellogg's Crunchy Nut cornflakes. I've tried supermarket own brand of those over the years, but I haven't eaten breakfast for years. But it would definitely be Crunchy Nut if I was buying them. And again, I used to have those more if I fancy something sweet in the evening. But I don't think I've ever bought Crunchy Nut cornflakes since I've lived here. So yeah, there you have it. So 13 items that I personally won't compromise on. So I'd love to know if you've got any as well. Let me know. And as I'm filming this little clip for Wednesday's video, I've earned £3.08 on being monetised. So yeah, what can I say? The monetisation, I think, did I mention it before? I'm not sure, but yeah, it only happened last Thursday or Friday, I think. And yeah, that's what I've earned so far. At the moment, it says no action needed. You've not met the threshold to be paid, obviously, so I haven't even got my bank details as yet. So we're not booking the Maldives anytime soon. We're not going to do a massive shop for the food bank anytime soon on £3.08. But I'm determined to keep you updated on it, because even just being monetised is just something I never ever thought would happen. And it's amazing how exciting it was for me as I hit the 1K, and then after that hitting those 4,000 watch hours. It all did get extremely exciting, because I think most people start off doing something like this just because they've got their own journey to share, really. And if someone comes along and joins you for that ride, then, you know, that's incredible. And if you can start building a community of like-minded people, as I say, I've mentioned before, for me, it's all about, you know, supporting women. And if any of you have got channels that, you know, I'm not subscribed to, then please do put your links in the comments below, where other people can see them, and I can subscribe and support you back, because I would love to do that too. So yeah, £3.08. That should be different in the morning. It changes. When I check it every morning, it was £1.11 yesterday. So slowly but surely. What's that saying? Oh, I can't even think of it. Oh, I don't know. It's about... No, it's gone. It's no good. It's not the slowly catchy monkey one. It's something else, but I can't think of it. I'm sure someone will tell me down below in the comments section. But yeah, so that's it from me. Just thought we'd have a little bit of a catch up and a discussion about things that I won't compromise on when it comes to supermarket shopping, should we say. Not just food, but other bits and bobs as well. So yeah, over to you. Let me know what you think. And thank you so much, guys, for your support, for watching me, for your lovely comments and your likes, and of course your subscriptions, because you just never know where things can go in the future. So take care, guys. Love you lots. Bye-bye.